Welcome to the Generosity Labs podcast. We know that church generosity and giving is one of the biggest and most important conversations we can have across faith communities. That's why we're here. On the Generosity Labs podcast, hosted by Kenny Jahng, we talk to pastors, consultants, service providers, and other church leaders. We discuss the current trends, models, and best practices for developing giving as a robust part of your community life. Are you ready to learn more about how you can get a culture of generosity to flourish from the inside out? Let's get to today's episode.
Hey friends, this is Kenny Jahng, and we are back again with another quick episode. I was surfing the web and came across this article on REACHRIGHT, 37 statistics that you need to know for 2019. 37 church statistics, and it's a really interesting roundup of all different types of church stats. And there's three of them that I want to call out. Number 9, they talk about small portion of tithers, and I think this is really important to take note. They say only 10 to 25% of church members are tithing regularly. What does that mean? That means that the majority of people, 75% or more, you have an opportunity to really cultivate the discipline of tithing. This is something that I think you need to look at as a very positive opportunity in front of you. Number 10 outlines something else that's even better. Online tithing, those options boost the activity of tithing, right? So nonprofit source study says that offering online tithing options increase tithing by 32%. What does that mean? It means that the majority of people are not tithing right now that are coming to your church. And one of the ways to increase the tithing activity is to actually just offer online tithing options. Digital giving is something that your church really needs to invest in and make as easy as possible. You'll be rewarded for that, basically. It's well worth investing in online giving solutions. The next set of stats that is pointed out is in point number 15 in this article. And it basically is a little bit mind-blowing, I think, to a lot of people when you think about it. If you think about when people give to the church, you would think that most of the giving activity happens on Sunday morning when the offering plate is passed. There's a study here that says the single biggest day of giving is actually not on Sunday. 67% of church donations happen throughout the rest of the week, Monday through Saturday. It's not actually on Sunday when online digital giving options are present. That means people prefer to support and give to your church when it's most convenient to them, and it's not Sunday morning, it's not by check, and it's not when the offering plate comes around. And so it's quite interesting to see this statistic in hard, cold numbers, and hopefully that will wake you up and your team to say we need to figure out how to make it as easy as possible for people to give and support the cause that they love and have affinity for, and that's our church community. Another really interesting stat here that really supports the idea that you have to look outside of that offering plate on that 1 hour during Sunday morning is that 30% of the donations actually come in between the time periods of 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. Let me say that again. 30% of donations to the church, when you offer online giving as one of the options, it comes through 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. People are giving online, on the app, mobile, digital, text giving. They're doing the activity of supporting your church financially, not during the day, not on Sunday morning, but a significant portion of people are actually rather do it in the evening or throughout the night or early in the morning. And so this really says, hey, you need to embrace digital giving. You need to embrace online giving. You need to embrace text giving. Online giving is a must, because if you want people to give more and you want people to tithe more, these are three just sets of stats that I think you need to look at to start to really reconsider your giving and financial stewardship approach to making sure that your people have the options available to them, but also that your ministries are fully funded and supported so they can do what you're planning to do throughout the rest of the year. So that's a quick roundup of a couple of stats from this great article, 37 church statistics you need to know in 2019. I'd love to know your response, and if you have any aha moments listening to these statistics. It's something that we need to really think about when we make data-driven decisions. It usually gives us much better confidence in terms of leaning into things that are new and uncomfortable. And digital giving, mobile giving, that might be something that's not something that you guys have embraced to date, but we've turned the corner. We've turned the page into 2019. And here at Generosity Labs, we want to help you make those decisions and make those next steps into helping your congregation give in a way that lets your ministry flourish for the purpose of outreach, for the purpose of your community, and for the purpose of exalting God and Jesus, what he has in store for your community and the people that you are influencing throughout your zip code. So my name is Kenny Jahng. This is the Generosity Labs update on the podcast. Would love for you to drop a comment on our blog. You could go to generositylabs.org or follow on the podcast and let us know what you want to hear about in terms of helping you flourish your digital giving and a culture of generosity across your ecosystem. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you here next time on the Generosity Labs podcast.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode. Don't forget to join us every week right here for the Generosity Labs podcast. In the meantime, visit www.generositylabs.org for more details and fantastic free resources for you and your church.